I'm curious right now, right? So how did you having a masculine energy, how did that work out in your personal life?
Oh, he's always got to take it here.
Always.
Always. Pat is going to get in your ass.
I will tell you.
We just had an episode.
I know.
Very, because look, man, having the masculine energy and having a male, it's a tough situation.
I have a great story for this.
All right.
So I've always been in a masculine energy because I've been taking care of everybody my entire life. I've been hustling, and I worked 3 jobs in high school. Did cheerleading. Stayed away from my home as much as possible, but still raised babies and, helped protect my siblings. So I was always in control. And to be always in control of everything is exhausting.
Hello.
Oh, my God. Stop there for a second, because
Exhausting.
one of my questions that I forgot to ask on that that episode, isn't that shit exhausting?
It's
Hell
so
yeah.
fucking exhausting. And so I've just recently been divorced, and I've been dating, and you know what I just said to myself? I was like, you know what, I'm gonna surrender. I'm gonna take my hands off the reins, and I'm just gonna let somebody else lead for a little while. Let somebody else plan all the shit. Let somebody else say, hey, we're going to dinner here or whatever. And I have had the best year of dating. I have dated guys that is just like, hey, I got something planned for us. And I'm like, sweet. I just show up and have fun.
Right.
This is amazing.
Was that an issue in your marriage?
I've always been in control. Yes. So I did not have a man in my life that was like, hey, babe, I got something going on Friday night. No, it was like, and I'm not taking anybody kicking and screaming, right? So to be, the mom that, takes care of everything and plans all the shit and all the holidays, and, the matriarch of the family taking care of all of everybody's shit, and, trying to, keep my man in line. It's exhausting, and I'm tired, and I don't want to do it anymore. I'm an entrepreneur. I've got a lot of shit going on, so I'd like a corner of my life where I can just lay back and
where you can be a girl,
be a lady,
be a girly girl.
How does that play? How does that being and having masculine energy? How does that play itself out in your helping people? Especially males.
I mean, it's huge. It's important because they want to see someone who's strong, and that won't take their shit. Listen, I am very big about not letting people sit in victimhood. Every single person that walks this earth is going to be victimized in one way or another. And you can choose to be a victim, or you can choose to stand up and be a badass. And that's what I help my clients do. They need to stand in their power. They need to be the badass. They need to not be the victim. And that's how they, achieve their goals.
I wouldn't, Haran, he's a big proponent of, meditation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, we were just actually talking about him meditating just a couple of days ago. Dude, I have tried it.
You can't do it, huh?
Man, dude,
no.
I don't know what it is.
Have you tried the guided ones? Have you tried the guided?
What is that?
Where someone's guiding you, like, you can get an app or whatever, and someone
telling you what
It's
to do.
visualization.
Yeah, like
basically what I do is for 15 minutes the first thing in the morning,
Yep.
I close my eyes and I literally tell myself I'm not gonna give a shit about anything for the next 15 minutes and just
Beautiful.
Just sit there and not think about anything. It takes a while. It takes about 5 minutes to get into that mindset, but once you get over that 5 minutes, the rest of the 10 minutes is like smooth sailing. You just have to do it for about 5 minutes, and it's about consistency. You have to do it every single day, otherwise you're never going to get it. Because once you get that little 30 seconds of not giving a shit, it's so soothing. It's like just so relaxing.
I have a suggestion for you.
All right.
that I love doing this type of meditation, and it will really help you kind of ease into meditating. It's a candlelight meditation. You sit in a dim room, you light a candle, and you just stare at the flame. That's it. You just stare at the flame. And, you're going to have thoughts going through your mind, shit, I need to finish the laundry, I got to call this person, all that shit. But you don't try to control them, because that'll just screw you up. Just let them go by and just focus on the light. Have you guys ever set a fire?
Set a timer too.
I
would set a timer.
Sure.
Timer, and then because once that timer rings, then you're back to the real world.
Yeah.
right? So within that 15 minutes, just don't do anything.
But, like,
the light works.
Yeah.
The light works.
Yeah, what Michelle was saying, like, I remember one of, like, many yoga classes I've attended in my life, you know, usually kind of do your shavasana at the end and you're sort of, like, meditating or whatever. And they always say, like, the thoughts, they'll come in, but the idea is to bat them away, right? So, like, instead of thinking about it and letting it marinate,
Festered.
you bat it away. Eventually, I mean, we can all only hope to reach the heights that Haran has. But
It feels so good.
It's the batting away of the thought as it comes in.
Darkness llama over there.
All right, quick. So question: how many kids do you have?
I have 3.
And they are how many boys? How many girls?
2 girls, 1 boy.
So I'm curious. You know, the whole masculine energy from women is very curious to me. You know, because my mom has masculine energy, and that was a big problem in her marriage with with my dad, because it was hard for there was always a battle,
Right.
because my dad was trying to be the man, and then
She was the man.
she was the man. So
Yeah.
and it there were reasons why she did what she did, and I understood it as I grew up. And I'm just curious, like how do you put that towards your kids? Are you also teaching your daughters how to do that, or are they
That's a good
seeing that?
question.
Are you mindsetting your kids?
Oh yeah,
It's like-
big time.
Yeah.
So I'm an empath and I'm a bleeding heart. So I am all about making sure that my kids are heard, seen, all the things that I wasn't growing up, right? With mindset and with the kids, like I've made sure with them that I have never imposed my views on the world on them. I want them to have their own experience, with me leading the way, obviously, with like morals and values and that kind of compass, but to make sure that they have their own experience and they come to their own conclusions about everything. It's really important because they're their own individuals. And my son and daughter, the youngest ones, are very different and they have very different views, but I tell them like they have to respect that. People can look at the exact same thing and see 2 completely different things, and they're both right.
Right.
Yep.
So you're all about your perception.
They're not wrong.
Yeah, both. Yeah, you can have both. You can have 2 positions. 2 people can have opposing views, and they both can be right.
Right.
They both can be right. You know what I find interesting? Are you an empath, Patricia?
And no.
Okay.
Ew.
So you know why I say this is because we were talking about being an empath, right?
A lot.
And
Feelings
I
are
know-
for suckers,
Yeah,
Patrick.
I know.
Oh,
I know.
I see you're a challenge.
I know that Patricia says she uses humor. So I know that Patricia says she's not an empath, and I can see that, right? And that's why, and I believe that's why your masculine energy doesn't protrude. That's not front and center, right? You have like a hidden masculine energy. You're an empath, Miss Tanya.
Oh yes, we
And
know this.
you lead with your masculine energy. Stephanie is also an empath, and she leads with her masculine energy. So
It's protection.
and it's the same. So what is it about empaths that when it comes to women that makes that, because there's a correlation there.
I mean, I think it's protection.
From what?
From being hurt, right?
Because they're so empathetic
Right.
to others, so they have to have their wall there.
Don't
Like
have to-
I'm sympathetic, but I'm not,
Empathetic. Yeah, there's a difference.
Yeah, I mean, when you're an empath, I basically like can describe it as like you have an open portal, right? And so you got to be real careful going out in the world because you absorb other people's energy whether you want to or not. Like I've gotten good with my bubble, but like it's still there. Like I can be in the presence of someone and feel their pain without them even looking at me. So you also don't want other people to hurt you, and so being in a masculine energy, you are more in control of the situation. You feel like you're more in control of the situations that you're in. So for me, growing up the way that I did and through adulthood, that was how I protected myself from being hurt, was by being in a masculine energy.
Well, plus being the head of 14 kids,
Right.
You were always having to. You're basically. I mean, I hate to say it this way, not taking anything away from your parents, but you were the mother.
Totally.
So you have always been. You have literally been a mother your entire life.
Right.
And obviously you weren't married when you were a kid, so you were the mom and the dad. You're breaking up fights. You were doing all the things that parents do. You know, whether they were there or not, that's what you did. So you had to be in that. You had to be in that energy. Otherwise, those 13 people would not have respected you.
Were you the oldest?
Yeah,
I'm the oldest. Yeah,
You're the oldest.
and being Gen X, right? We're all Gen X, right? I mean, the parents weren't around.
Nope.
So I mean, it was like, it was crazy. But having said all of that, and being a mindset coach, I wouldn't have traded it for the world.
There you go.
All of the challenges, even my divorce, even the shit that my ex-husband did, like I can say that I'm grateful for it because man, it's made me a badass.
So
it has made me a badass.
That must be tough being a mindset coach and being empathetic like that.
Oh yeah,
That's got to be tough.
It is.
Can you compartmentalize it?
Yeah, how do you compartmentalize?
I'm a master compartmentalizer.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
Master. I'm masterful.
You have to be.
It's actually scary. It's not great. Like I know someday, like, you know, shit's gonna be like, girl, remember me? I'll be like, bitch, get back in there. But no, I'm really good at compartmentalizing. But also being an empath makes me a really good coach because I get it. Like I get it, and all the life experience, like I get it. I feel you. I've been exactly where you are. 90% of the people I work with, I've been there.
Do you see yourself in some of your clients?
The interesting thing is that the people that you attract are people that you're supposed to be with, and
even your clients.
Oh yes, yep, yep.
That's interesting.
That's very interesting.
Wait, I need you to
That's
let's
very
clarify
interesting.
that for the people like me.
Yeah.
Well, think about the friends that you attract, right? Like I think there's an attraction, and you
Ah.
start a new job, and there's this people you is that what you mean? Like, so not to speak for you, Michelle, but like you gravitate towards certain people, right?
Everybody
like,
gravitates towards me. Look, when we went to the bar.
well, maybe you're just really cool.
I don't know, but I was like, why are these people following me? And
But do you know what I mean? Like, but there's people that you click with better than others because
But there's
an
probably
attraction.
a reason. I believe 100%.
Not sexual attraction, but
no, I know. I
But
understand.
maybe.
Sometimes.
It might be that. I do believe that everybody that comes in, all of us are here for a greater purpose than just this conversation.
Oh yeah, no question.
So everybody that comes into your life, there's a reason for it. And if you attract tons of people, you are probably meant to help those people in some way. Maybe there's a lesson for you. Maybe it's both, right?
Could be, but I have realized, and I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I haven't posted anything on Facebook, any of my stuff, and there's a reason behind that, which is I pour into people all of the time, and I am depleted, and I cannot pour into anybody else until somebody pours into me.
You pour
ready for a
into
new
you.
chapter?
I do
Like-
pour. I pour into myself all the time, but as I'm pouring in, it's like if you have a cup with a leak in it.
I hear what you're saying.
You can pour
100%.
in all the time, but if it's got a leak, something's
Yep.
always coming out.
Yep.
So I'm pouring into myself, but it's coming out.
Yep.
I can't do that anymore.
Don't do it.
Hey,
We got a Tanya 4.0 right there.
Hence the hotel.
That's the hardest thing to do.
Hence the hotel. Go ahead.
Hardest thing to do is to feel comfortable putting yourself first.
Oh yeah, I have been
uncomfortable.
purposeful. Like most people do that New Year resolution crap. I ain't doing that. But I had after last year, I said 2023, I am going to start working on self care, and it's been very hard for me because I'm like you. I don't have a bunch of siblings, but I've always been the person to help everybody else.
Right.
And then when I need help,
Yep.
I'm by myself,
It's,
which is
it's
fine.
creating
I'm gonna give-
hard line boundaries.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to give Tanya a free therapy session here for a second.
Oh God, here we go.
And,
Tanya
and
does
I
it
want,
all
and I
with
want
everybody,
you,
right?
and I want you, Michelle, to answer this question because I know this is something that Tanya struggles with, and she has not told me this.
Oh.
But I am a very intuitive person.
There you go.
But
I
not
guarantee-
empathetic.
I get hell no.
Pat's got a lot of. Pat's
We
got a lot
are
of sympathy.
we are brothers and sisters in our get the hell away from me attitude.
Get my face.
So I know Tanya struggles with this, and I've had conversation with myself about this, and because there's certain things I want to ask her something, but I don't want to intrude. So since Real Energy, we always get into a therapy session at some point, right?
Oh,
So
Lord.
I know for a fact that Tanya struggles with the fact that she pours into people and she does not receive the same energy back from people. And that is a problem for her because she gets upset when
Not upset.
Not upset. It's it is. What is the word? What is the adjective I'm looking for?
Let's let Tanya.
You feel hurt?
Right, go ahead.
No, I don't get upset because. So I tell you, let me say something that my dad always said to me, and I'm using a different word, but the principle is the same. If you loan somebody money, don't expect it back. So I don't pour into people to expect things back. I don't do that.
But it would be nice.
It's irritating. It's irritating when you don't get that energy back, isn't it?
Well, the thing is I never ask for anything.
No, you don't. But
but if you see me being depleted, like I'll give an example. Pat is very good at reading me from afar. Because Pat will sometimes call me and be like, "Are you okay?" Just in general, it'll be random, and I'm like, "Why is Pat calling me? Hello, hey girl, what's up? You okay?" Like he'll just, you know what I mean? That's all I need. I didn't ask Pat for anything, but he was able to intuitively see that I needed something, whatever it was, and maybe I just needed for him to call me and see how I was doing. I'm okay with that, and that was the thing I needed at that moment. I'm not asking anybody to give me anything, but if you see somebody else, if I see somebody depleted, and I have something that can help you feel better, I'm going to give it to you. That's just me. And I think that it should be common, but I understand that it's not.
You need to feel comfortable asking for what you need.
I had no idea.
And it's a horrible.
The thing is that
it's so hard
it.
for someone who's used to doing all.
I've heard you say this to my turn.
But you're right, and that makes a lot of sense. But the problem is especially nowadays with there's so much distraction in the world, you know, with media and news and and everything's just moving 100 miles an hour. The problem is we do not listen to other people. We hear them, but we don't listen to them. Even when we're in this podcast, we're all talking, having 5 different conversations. That is how life is all the time. So even when I ask, people aren't cognizant enough they're not either cognizant or they're not recognizing, or they're just simply not listening to my call.
Those aren't your people.
Well, yeah, but it's
you need people.
Hey, Tanya,
I'll be your person.
Okay,
Tanya,
you know
I'm gonna give you the thing that I told because Stephanie has part of that situation that you have, and we're
soul sisters.
This is what I have told her, and she is working on this. And this is what I said to her: expression without anger. You know what that means?
To express without anger? I have, yes. Unless you mean something else. I don't know.
But most people cannot express themselves without anger, right? Meaning, if you hold things in so much, you hold it in, right?
Oh, yeah, you explode.
And then when you have to express yourself, it comes out as anger.
Spews like a volcano.
Soda bottle.
It's a soda bottle explosion.
I get it.
So it's part of what I had to work with in finding myself is being able to speak my truth to someone without anger.
But I can do that.
Well, and without expectation, because it
and
doesn't matter.
That too.
It doesn't matter what you say or how you say it or how much you say it or crying or screaming or begging or pleading. You cannot change another person. Period. End of story. You cannot. They have to. So like it's when you communicate, it's good for you, right? Because you're getting out what you need to get out. What they do from that is on them. You have to be able to come back and just be like.
I can do that, but usually if I have to get to that point, I'm going to do it and I'm walking away and I'm not looking back.
Don't look back.
Ever. No, it's easy for me. I don't have a problem walking away from any situation that does not satisfy me. I might tell you, hey, you did this and you hurt my feelings.
Isn't that gone to anger though?
No.
Yeah. No.
It's absolutely not. I can do it
as
nicely as I'm speaking to you right now. I can say what I got to say. And in my head, I have already, before I had this conversation with you, I have already cut your ass off. And when I cut you off and to say what I got to say, you'll never see me again, and I'm okay with that.
But you can give people you have to give people the benefit of the doubt. People are dumb.
They are
Some
dumb.
people are blind and they're on autopilot and they only see what is just in their viewpoint. So, but if you care about that person, you can say like, hey man, you're being a dick.
I mean, yeah, I can do that. But I'm just saying, and this is very situational. You know what I mean? It's not like I don't do that with every situation. But if I feel a situation warrants that, I don't have any problem. I will block your name, your number, everything. You will not exist. The pictures are gone.
Your ghost.
Yeah, I'm done. When I'm done, I am totally done. And if I never see you again, I wish you a good life. But I don't have to ever see you again. And my life is definitely going to move on. I'm going to be happy.
Yeah.